Every photographer has access to the same tools, the same cameras, lenses, and even the same locations. Yet it's not the gear that defines your work, but the vision behind it. Your visual style is the fingerprint of your creativity, the silent voice that tells the world, "This is who I am." But in a field overflowing with imagery, how do you carve out a space that's unmistakably yours? How do you create work that doesn't just capture attention, but leaves a lasting impression? When we talk about visual style in photography, we're really talking about identity, who you are as an artist and how you see the world. It's not just about how your photos look, it's about the emotions they evoke and the stories they tell. Your style is shaped by your experiences, influences, and the connections you build within the photographic community, making it a deeply personal reflection of your journey. And that journey is never static. Your identity as a photographer evolves through experimentation, inspiration, and collaboration. Every image you create is a way of saying, "This is how I see the world, and this is my voice." But why does this matter? Well, because your style is your signature. It's what makes someone scroll past hundreds of photos and stop at yours. It's how you connect with people and share your story in a way that only you can. In this video, we'll break down the process of discovering your visual style into three parts: embracing your uniqueness, experimenting with new techniques, and developing a voice that leaves a lasting impression. So let's dive in. At its core, a photographer's uniqueness comes from how they interpret the world and translate that into images. One of the most important aspects of a photographer's style is composition, which is how you arrange elements within your frame to guide the viewer's eye and create a certain mood. Let's explore how this works. Composition is your visual handwriting. Roy de Carava, known for his poetic and introspective photography, framed his scenes to emphasize emotional depth and the dignity of his subjects. He often used light, shadow, and negative space to create compositions that felt intimate and quietly powerful. To discover your own compositional preferences, start by experimenting with different approaches. For example, symmetry involves arranging elements so both sides of the image are balanced, while asymmetry uses unequal spacing or placement for a more dynamic feel. Tight cropping, on the other hand, focuses closely on your subject, cutting out the surrounding details to draw attention to key elements. Try photographing a subject in these three ways: symmetrically, asymmetrically, and tightly cropped. Notice which approach feels most natural or produces images you're most proud of. These are clues to your visual instincts, the natural choices you make when framing a shot, and how you interpret the world. Light is the foundation of mood in photography. It transforms an ordinary scene into something evocative. It can create drama, soften emotions, or reveal texture in ways that define your photographic style. Think of light as your emotional palette. The way you manipulate it tells your audience how to feel about the image. And by manipulate, I mean making choices about how you use the available light in your scene or adding tools to shape it. You can't move the sun, but you can move yourself, your subject, or use tools like reflectors and diffusers to shape how sunlight interacts with your scene. Fan Ho, a master of black and white street photography in 1950s Hong Kong, used light streaming between tall buildings to illuminate parts of the scene while leaving the surrounding areas in deep shadow. This interplay highlighted shapes, textures, and subjects in a way that guided the viewer's eye and added drama, making ordinary urban landscapes feel cinematic. To explore your relationship with light, observe how it behaves at certain times of the day and in various environments. Golden hour produces soft, warm light, ideal for creating dreamy, serene moods. Harsh midday light creates bold, stark contrast, perfect for emphasizing structure. Artificial night lighting, such as street lamps or neon signs, adds mystery and drama. Experiment by photographing the same subject in these three lighting scenarios: golden hour, harsh midday light, and artificial night lighting, and observe how light affects the mood of your image and note which approach resonates with your instincts. Color is one of the most expressive tools in photography. It not only conveys emotion and sets the mood, but also creates harmony or contrast that shapes how your audience interprets the story. The hues and tones you choose, whether bold and saturated or soft and muted, define the emotional character of your image and help solidify your visual style. Unlike light, which controls intensity and direction, color adds emotional nuance and enhances storytelling through its interplay with composition and subject matter. Steve McCurry's Afghan Girl is a masterclass in the use of vibrant reds and greens to amplify intensity and draw attention to its subject, while Saul Leiter's muted tones create a reflective, painterly atmosphere that feels intimate and introspective. Both photographers demonstrate how intentional color choices transform an image into an emotional experience. To begin exploring your color preferences, start by creating a mood board of your favorite photographs. Look for patterns in the tones and palettes that resonate with you. Are they bold and vibrant, soft and muted, or dominated by specific hues? Identifying these trends will give you insight into what appeals to your creative instincts. You can also explore color preferences by photographing the same subject with different palettes in mind. For example, shoot vibrant scenes full of bold colors, then shift to earthy tones in natural settings, or experiment with monochromatic compositions that focus on a single color or black and white. Use editing to refine these palettes further and observe how each approach influences the emotional impact of your work. Over time, your experiments and reflections will reveal recurring patterns in your choices. These preferences will naturally evolve into a key part of your unique visual style. Your choice of subject tells your audience what matters to you, your interests, passions, and perspective. But storytelling is what gives those subjects depth and meaning. Whether your storytelling is linear or abstract, how you present your subject shapes the emotional connection between your work and its viewer. Gordon Parks used his camera to document African American life with both realism and emotional depth, creating images that were as much about social commentary as they were about personal connection. His work shows how storytelling elevates subject matter from mere documentation to impactful art. To discover your storytelling approach, start by reflecting on what draws your attention. Are you inspired by candid street scenes, detailed textures, or expansive landscapes? Consider how you can layer meaning into your subjects. For example, a reflection in a puddle might symbolize duality, or a shadow cast on a wall might evoke mystery. Try photographing a single subject in ways that tell different stories, candidly, dramatically lit, or abstractly framed. Reflect on which approach speaks to your perspective and note how your storytelling instincts evolve with practice. Your personal experiences and cultural background are the invisible threads that weave through your visual style. They shape how you see the world, the stories you tell, and the emotions you convey through your images. Your style is, in essence, a reflection of your identity. Graciela Iturbidez's work, which is rooted in Mexican traditions and rituals, blends cultural storytelling with her personal perspective. Her photographs reveal her deep connections to her subjects while preserving a sense of mystery. To explore how your experiences influence your style, reflect on the places, people, and emotions that resonate with you. Consider what parts of your story you want to share, whether it's the vibrant energy of a bustling city, the quiet expanse of a rural landscape, or the emotions tied to specific memories. Photograph a subject that connects to your personal experiences, such as a location tied to your childhood or a scene that evokes a strong memory. Notice how your perspective influences the way you compose, light, and frame the image. These choices will naturally bring authenticity and depth to your style. Experimentation is where growth happens. By stepping outside of your comfort zone, you'll discover new techniques, genres, and approaches that resonate with your creative instincts. Here are four ways to get started. Every genre offers unique possibilities to stretch your skills. If you usually shoot portraits, explore landscapes to focus on mood and composition, or try abstract photography to play with shapes and colors. Experiment with black and white photography to emphasize form and texture, or shoot in low light conditions using a single street lamp to explore dramatic contrast. Each new approach reveals a different way of seeing the world. Learn from photographers like Annie Leibovitz, who transitioned from capturing candid moments to creating elaborate conceptual portraits. Or explore the dreamy, neon lit imagery of Brandon Wolfell, whose work emphasizes mood and lighting. Study their techniques and analyze why they work, but don't stop there. Ask yourself, how can I reinterpret this through my own perspective? Use their methods as stepping stones to evolve your own voice. Theme projects push you to see the world differently while giving you a focused framework for experimentation. Try photographing shadows for a month, starting with bold, high contrast shadows cast by sunlight and progressing to softer shadows indoors. Or explore reflections in water, glass, and mirrors to learn how light interacts with surfaces. These challenges encourage creativity within clear boundaries. Tracking your growth is as important as experimenting. Keep a journal or create a digital folder where you record what worked, what didn't, and why. For example, note which lighting setups were effective or which compositions felt most natural. Organize your images and identify recurring patterns such as a preference for muted colors, vibrant lighting, or dramatic contrast. This reflection helps you refine your visual style over time. Take time to consider what inspires you most. Is it the raw emotion of street photography, the serenity of nature, or the energy of urban life? Ask yourself, what stories do I want my images to tell? Your visual style isn't a destination, it's a journey. It evolves with your experiences, experiments, and even your mistakes. I'm still on this journey myself, learning how to refine my voice and discovering new ways to express my perspective. For example, exploring low light photography recently challenged me to think differently about how light and shadow shape emotion in an image. Every experiment is a step toward your voice. The greatest art begins when you embrace that voice. Not when it's perfected, but when it's truly yours. So go out, experiment, and let the world see your story. In the next episode, we'll explore the power of storytelling in photography, how to make your images speak louder than words. Until then, keep creating, keep experimenting, and know that we're on this journey together.